Do you know the difference between he said, I am coming, and he said that he was coming? Don't scroll. This will save your English. Today, we are breaking down direct speech and indirect speech in the simplest way possible. What is direct speech? A direct speech is the exact words of the speaker. This is the first person, that is, the person speaking at the time. For example, she said, I am tired. The teacher said, open your books. I will go to Lagos tomorrow, said Tunde. Notice the quotation marks and the original words in the direct speech. So let's quickly move on to the indirect speech. What is an indirect speech? An indirect speech refers to the words or the speech of a speaker as reported by someone else. An indirect speech is also called a reported speech. Before venturing into the examples of indirect speech, it is important to note that there are two vital rules that guides the formation of indirect speech. These rules are: 1. Change of tenses, that is, from present tense to past tense, or from future tense to future perfect tense. The second rule is no quotation marks or inverted comma needed in indirect speech. So let's change the sample direct speeches to indirect speech as examples. She said that she was tired. The teacher told us to open our books. Tunde said that he would go to Lagos the next day. Key tips on changing to indirect speech. 1. Tomorrow in direct speech changes to the next day in indirect speech. Yesterday in direct speech changes to the previous day in indirect speech. 3. Today in direct speech changes to that day in indirect speech. 4. Present becomes past. For instance, am or is becomes was, will becomes would, and so on and so forth. Note, a statement that is universal or that is of general truth retains its verb form and does not change. It is because truth that is generally accepted as truth remains true at all times. For example, the geography teacher said the world is spherical. Changing to indirect speech, the geography teacher said that the world is spherical. Example 2. The preacher said Jesus is Lord. Changing to indirect speech, the preacher said that Jesus is Lord. These are general truths that cannot be changed. So They retain their verb forms. Easy. Quick practice. Change this to indirect speech. She said, I am happy today. Drop your answer in the comments. If direct and indirect speech used to confuse you, now you've gotten it. Kindly like, share, and follow for more English lessons. Bye.